All right, let's get us started on video 2 of our truck bed conversion. What I've got to do first is take out those 3-inch lowering blocks. Oh. I'll have to raise it back up. Fun. At least we got an easy way to get under there. Gotta jack this up, put it on jack stands, make it safe, take those blocks out, and raise the bed. All right, those blocks actually were 4-inch blocks, not 3-inch blocks. I lied to you. That raised that up quite a bit. That'll make it more level when we hook it up to the Jeep. I did go on Amazon. They've got a sway bar kit for like 55 bucks. So we'll probably do that. I did do some research. They said they want to have 60% of your weight on the tongue and about 40% over the rear of the axle for best results. So we definitely got to get some weight on this side. As you see, I've got a jack stand back there holding the back end up. Let's move on to the next thing now that we've got this raised up. It may settle just a little bit bouncing down the road. Y'all remember this thing on the back of the bed before we put the camper shell back on? Thinking about incorporating this somehow. Let me show you what we're working with here. So we hoisted our bed rack up. I got her centered. I got her on 2x4s so the spacing's even. I want to be able to take this shell off if I want to. I also want to be able to take this rack off if I want to. So I don't want to weld the rack directly to the frame. And I want to give enough space where if I want to take that shell off, I can take the shell off. So we've got our original body mounts here that are bolted to the frame, but this whole top portion is rubber, so I can't weld the rubber. So all I did was take that body mount out, flip it around. This here is metal. I'll weld me a metal plate up top, or possibly just weld that pole tubing that I weld from here to there to join. That way, if we ever need to, we can take this off. When we get to the back, I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Alright, here's what we're looking like. I've got these pieces tacked in. I'm going to take that shell off. The whole reason we did this, as you can see, these back supports for this doohickey jigger. Let's see if I can get a view here. I'm hoping given enough clearance. I ran them on the outside, as you see, to support, so that I can take the camper shell off if I want to, which we are fixing to do right now, so we can weld this all up, clean the camper shell up, clean everything up so we can paint. But we're going to take the camper shell off right now, hopefully. It's going to be a tight squeeze at the front. I did not take in consideration these sticking out, so we're fixing to find out. So yes, it is doable. I may have to have a friend to help me get it back on though. Alright, here we are. We've got the exterior framework done, welded. We'll have to come back and paint it the rest of the way. I painted over the welds so they wouldn't get any rust on them. We'll come back and paint the whole trailer black. I went ahead and welded in these unistrut braces for the tongue box to bolt to. Got our wiring ran. The tail lights and all that work now. I'll have to show you those. So let's mount that tongue box and then we'll get on to the next step. Alright, I need another spare tire holder. We had the old one on there I had to cut off. I'm going to redo it because I needed to reposition it. Probably going to end up running a bigger tire. I'd like to anyways, eventually. So I'm going to need to make the mount so I can run a bigger tire on it eventually. But for now we're going to run these. But I'm thinking about using the wheel hub off of this for the mount and utilizing this drive shaft. I need some tubing for the mount. So I think we'll use those. Alright, here's our hub and here's our tubing. This tubing, drive shaft tubing, the larger diameter one, fits over this hub quite nicely. That'll make for fairly easy welding. I won't have to hold it there and try to weld it. It just stays on there. All right, we're gonna call it a day for today. Got the tire mounted. That is a smaller tire than what we had up there originally. It's actually a little bit smaller than those. Overall, you want the same size tires, but we're doing the best with what we got right now. All right, so we got that tire mounted. As you can see, that box actually opens all the way. Oh, the camera cut off on me there. Anyhow, tomorrow, I think we're going to finish the install on this sway bar. I did get a sway bar from Amazon for 55 bucks. I went ahead and welded the tab on to the hitch for that part. Now I gotta hook it up to the trailer side. Trailer lights are installed. I don't want to run those until, don't want to tie those up until I get a jack in there. But that is it. Tomorrow I will try to install the sway bar. Good stuff. Good stuff. Keeping the flies off. All right, there we have it, buckwheats. This session of the trailer is done. Okay, what did we do? We finished framing out our ladder rack type system thing. Call it a ladder rack. You could put kayaks up here, canoe. Could even put a rooftop tent up here if you wanted to. Just for extra camping. Somebody could sleep down below and then you could have another person up top on the roof tent. Got our box mounted. Got the trailer lights done. I hooked up a sway bar, tested it out. It works. I've only gone about 50, but I haven't had it on the interstate or anything yet. Got it going, did fine. Okay, put the camper top back on. I'm gonna pause the video just for a second so we can get a little closer look on the actual trailer. Let's get a little close-up. Trailer box. I'm not gonna clean these wires up until I get a trailer jack. And we'll put some wire loom over these and zip tie them and all that. Got the mount for the sway bars. Spare tire is mounted. Okay, as you see, the camper shell, I was actually gonna paint the camper shell black. I was thinking about painting the camper shell black. Then you know what? I'd hate to ruin a retro shell. I don't know how old that camper shell is. Might be close to however old I am, you know. It's an older looking one. So I just left it raw, cleaned it up, left it. And what I may do, just to make it kind of match, let me go over here. I may do some silverish graphics on the trailer at a later date just to kind of match that color of the topper. Know what I'm saying? maybe next video we'll do that and start working on the interior of this thing. Black Tragic 2.0 with the Project Sin camper slash utility trailer. I think it looks pretty good. I might be a little biased. We're out here in the woods, in my woods. While we're over here, let me show you the deer stand. If I can find it. It's over there. We lifted it back up off the ground. It was on the ground. It was about 4 foot off the ground. I chopped it down and moved it. Now it's about 6 foot off the ground. Gotta do a little fixing on it and paint those posts. We're gonna call that a wrap for episode 2 of the trailer makeover.